From the banks of the Tigard River to the hills of Taylor County, with Parker Biller and Noah Foley from the GSN studios, it's The Huddle.
Part 2 of the Hudl interview series is here on the Grafton Sports Network, and today we have another very exciting special guest lined up for you fine folks. Today we've got Cage in the studio filling in for Flea, who is at tennis stakes right now. So Cage, thanks for being here today, buddy. I appreciate you. It's going to be a great day. We've got Chad Gray on the program coming up next on The Huddle. Stick around, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today's episode is brought to you by...
Folks, welcome in. It is time for our special guest. Please welcome Mr. Gray to the studio.
How we doing? Pleasure to be back, gentlemen. Always good to be here.
How are you?
Great.
Thanks for being here.
Good. A little spring allergies going on, but other than that, things are good.
Hey, it wouldn't be an interview without some allergies. You know how it is.
Exciting time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So I appreciate you coming in. You were hosted the show with me one time, so
Yeah,
you know
fun.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but happy to be here.
You know what you're doing. You're all right. So Mr. Gray, walk me through your life growing up, kind of where you grew up, and what you wanted to do. Maybe when you were a kid, what were your ambitions and dreams?
I can't remember being that kid that always wanted to be something. Always liked sports. Grew up in a great family, great parents, great sister. Rosemont kid on the kind of the other side of the county, closer to Harrison County than Grafton, so I didn't spend much time in Grafton as a kid. But great childhood. Went to school here. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Went to Fairmont State. My parents both saved money for my sister and I to go to college. She got married. Didn't end up going to college. Got a good job right out of high school. Got married. So I knew I wanted to fulfill my parents' dream of one of us going to school. So I ended up at Fairmont State. Always liked phys ed class. Always liked kids. So that's how I became a teacher. But I can't say I was one of those guys that was passionate and wanted to be a teacher from the time I was a kid. But really enjoy it now.
Figured it out.
So that's awesome. Going off what you said about enjoying phys ed and stuff. So being a fitness and gym teacher here at the high school, how important do you feel like the fitness program is here, especially even at times pushing kids beyond their limits?
That's a good question. So every teacher here is passionate about what they do, whether it be English, math, science, social studies, whatever it is. Phys ed, I feel like, is very important because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for a phys ed teacher to try to get a 15, 16, whatever year old kid understand that what I'm trying to get them to do isn't so much for now, because everybody's a kid, good metabolisms, everybody's in decent shape. It's for 15, 20, 30 years down the road when you have kids, you have a job, you're trying to stay active, trying to live that healthy lifestyle. So lifetime sports and that kind of thing is what we try to push, if that makes any sense. But again, it's hard to get that. When I was 15, I wasn't worried about when I was 45, So, the lifetime sports, the pickleball, the golf, the hiking, biking, that kind of stuff, ultimate frisbee, hopefully those are things that they pick up and do as they go forward.
Yeah, and you have to give them the tools to be able to do that when they're older as well.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
The importance of, just walking every day, park a little bit further from Walmart entrance, just some of those things as you get older are considered exercise when you really don't think it is now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, talking about sports, you're a big part of the Grafton sports community in terms of helping with the baseball team, and your kids are in a lot of sports too. So, I got a question for you. If you could coach one sport in Grafton, what would it be and why?
Great question. So, I got into teaching. Once I decided I wanted to be a teacher and phys ed teacher, I thought that I wanted to coach basketball. That's always been my favorite. I played all the way through. Looking back, as much time as I spent playing, wasn't very good. Probably should have been better for the amount of time I put into it. But I like basketball. I like the sport. It's probably still my favorite. So if you would have asked me before, I would say basketball. Mr. Moore and I have a lot of the same basketball philosophies, and we always talked about wanting to coach together at some point. So that's one. I'm going to throw you a little curveball. Archery. I would like to. The plan is right now, and this is a selfish thing. My boys are in school. Mason's going to be a senior. Cameron's going to be a junior. I don't want to miss out on their stuff as they finish up here. But in the near future, I'm kicking the tires on maybe starting, archery here at Grafton High School.
That's
so,
awesome.
I'm hearing from Mr. Knopf that they might make it a WVSSAC sanctioned sport here
Wow.
soon. They have a state tournament. I'm assuming it's kind of like a club sport right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with archery.
Wow, that's kind of big news.
Yeah. We'll see how it works out. Okay, that's.
Well, I mean, you already do that. You've taken the classes on how to teach archery.
Yeah. So I'm archery certified. We do archery in the schools program. It's a great program. I think we have kids here that would take to that. There's interest in it. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But to say I'm a huge part of the sports community, I like to watch. I like going to everything. My wife and I try to go watch.
You always
tennis,
do.
Track.
I always see you.
The kids when you're a teacher and kids see you at the Christmas choral concerts and entertainers. I mean, they like seeing you, and I love seeing the kids do that stuff. So, it's fun.
It is. Here's another question for you. In terms of like where high school sports are going, what are your thoughts about the future of high school athletics and kind of the new direction that they have taken? What are your overall thoughts on that and what's going on?
So obviously sports of 2026 are not the sports of 1999. You played basketball with your buddies at Fetterman or the Bridgeport pool. You kind of did it on your own terms. You shot. And I'm not saying parents weren't involved and tried to help you do stuff, but now let's just take basketball. I think kids are going to Jared West. Kids are playing they're doing way more, and it's more sports specific. You have less and less multi-sport athletes. I can't say that I like it, but I think it's pushed the sport maybe a little bit further than it used to be. From what I'm seeing now, you don't have your middle of the road kids.
You're either really good.
You're either really good or you don't play.
Yep.
When I was in high school and you went to tryouts, seemed like there was 30, 40, 50 kids, and 35 of them are decent. You thought had a chance at making the team. Now, either you are training like crazy, or maybe you're just playing at the park on the weekend.
Yeah.
The in between kids just aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
As far as Grafton sports, I think we're in good shape. I mean, you would know the statistics better than I do, but you have tennis at the state tournament. You have regional track today. You have softball trying to make a run. Young softball team. You have a young baseball team. The basketball team's returned a bunch of juniors. Football team, they're putting in work. I think they're going to have a good year. So I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of Grafton sports, I think we're on the uprise.
On an uptick right now. Yeah.
So,
and if you look historically at Grafton sports, it
fluctuates.
kind of ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
You have your down years and you have your up years, and I feel like we're in the middle of an uptick right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you said before, you're kind of the guy who enjoys being on the sidelines, watching your kids and stuff. Like as GSN, we've always been on the sidelines, announcing games, kind of bringing stats to the people. So, you were here with us from the very beginning. Do you think that GSN would get to where it's at today? Do you think this GSN could carry on?
Yes. So, my wife has her own business. She works for Keystone, which is a sponsor. And when I saw that you guys were going to do this, I don't have any influence on her. She tries to help out, donating funds to the prom and different things or whatever. But I went to her and I'm like, hey, we need to get on board with this because I knew you guys would be great. And something I wanted to say, when I went to school to be a teacher, they talk about the best kind of learner is an intrinsic learner, a kid that's self-motivated, they push themselves, and that's you guys. This wasn't teacher-led, this wasn't parent-led. You guys had an idea, and you went through with it. And I listened to you guys, you and Flea did the baseball game the other night, and you were thanking myself, and which I have done very minimal, but I appreciate it. But Coach Foley and Coach Kirkpatrick, who have been heavily involved in this, you thanked us. But in all honesty, we would be the most horrible teachers if we wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah.
Like, this is what education's supposed to be, is kids that have spark and interest, something that they're passionate about, and we facilitate it, but you guys did it. We just got out of your way and helped you when you need some, Doug obviously is a technical mastermind with this, and Coach Foley with Hudl and all that stuff, but this is what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be just up there in front of the classroom talking. You guys ran with it, and I knew this was going to be where it is.
Yeah.
Now, moving forward, I told you this the other day. I don't think it's going to be hard to find a couple kids that want to sit here and call a basketball game. I think it's going to be really hard to find a couple kids that want to do all the technical work, the making the boards, the you getting a hold of me last night, giving me the answers at 9:30 at night because this is what you're working on. That's going to be the special person you're going to have to try to find.
Yeah.
So,
and that's
I hope that answers your question. That was a little bit more probably than
no,
you were asking for.
It does, and you could have someone go over there and just do a basketball game. And
that's fine.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But in terms of like doing, because 90% of the games or 90% of the interviews are all homework. It's basically just a bunch of homework, and I think that's what maybe trips some people up with it. And I just want it to not die out because this stuff that we have and the equipment that we have, it's free in the county. I mean, you can use it. We have a bunch of nice equipment.
Doug hooked you up.
Doug had a plethora of stuff for us to use. So, yeah, I mean, I think we've impacted a lot of people, and I hope that it continues on in some capacity.
Just take, I know Carter Gillespie's grandparents. I think they watch Hudl, when you do the games, and they have the Hudl camera, which is nice now, but with you guys broadcasting over it, it's just a nice service to the community.
Yeah.
Sports have changed so much. I mean, if you'd have told me 20 years ago that our high school games would be broadcast, I mean, who would have ever thought that? And it's just great. It's a great service. It gives you guys something neat to do. It's a career path that you're wanting to pursue. You get to do great things with your friends, and it's been wonderful. It's been great. There's some other schools are doing it. I know. What was the young man's name? I don't know if you'll be able to remember.
Fairmont.
Eli
Brady.
Yeah, he kind of did a similar thing, and he's working for, I believe, Metro News right now.
Calling all sorts of games. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, we talked the other day that college baseball games are on TV now. That was never a thing. So I think there's a big
push for it.
There's a big push. There's a big job opportunity market there.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested, let us know. We'd love to get you behind the mic and take over next year for us. So flipping gears a little bit, if you could go back in time and maybe say something to a younger version of Chad Gray, what advice would you give and why?
Boy, we changed a lot of stuff. I've made so many mistakes in my life. That's a tough. I don't think we have enough time to get through that. I don't know. Just be true to yourself. Don't be a follower. I don't know. That's a great question. That's a wonderful question. I don't know. That you make mistakes in life and you just got to keep moving and learn from them. So maybe it wouldn't change as much.
You told
maybe
me
to find Lindsay a little sooner.
You told me. I think that's not a bad one there. You told me a while ago. You were like, if I could go back, I wish I would have played music or played the guitar.
Yeah. Worked on that jump shot a lot, but strumming a guitar around a campfire. I wish maybe a little less jump shot work and learn how to play guitar. Yeah, that'd have been good.
That's fine. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So we just talked about your younger self. Now let's say 20, 30 years, you're done teaching, you're retiring. Where do you see yourself?
Never really thought much about that.
Maybe in a tree stand?
Tree stand. Hopefully watching some grandkids play some sports maybe. Yeah. That'd be good.
But you're happy where you're at.
Oh, right? Yeah. Love it here.
Yeah.
Things are good.
Well, good. Hey, folks, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching Mr. Chad Gray. Chad, thanks for being here today.
Loved it. Always love it.
I appreciate you very much. You're a great interviewer. And thanks for blessing the Hudl as much as you did and the Grafton Sports Network and everything that you've done for us, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Great.
Thank you.
It's been great. Gonna miss you guys. You got what? 4 days left? 3 days left?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
3 days.
Time flies, man.
It's been 8 years, right? Had you guys 5th grade at the middle school?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
It's about 8 years.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. So I don't know. The future is uncertain, but we're gonna try to keep it alive the best we can. So people like you are gonna help that very much. So Mr. Chad Gray, thanks for being here today. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Hudl.
When you are looking for your dream home, time is of the essence. You need an agent that has their finger on the pulse and keeps you in the know. That's why Keystone Realty Group is the most trustful realty group in North Central West Virginia, with agents that are responsive, honest, and will go the extra mile to get you the deal you want on the home you love. Keystone is your key to home ownership. Visit Keystone Realty Group, WV.com. That's Keystone Realty Group, WV.com, and broker Christina Guz for all your buying, selling, and rental needs.
What a great interview that was with Mr. Gray. Fantastic guy. Does a lot for this graphic community and for the kids in the community as well. But Cage, how are you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. You haven't been in the studio for a hot minute, so how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here. It's been a while. Kind of sentimental. This is going to be it for us.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up senior year, but
yeah,
I know we got great plans in the future.
We do, and I know you're going to be doing great things at WVU and with the ag business and everything, and I'm happy for you. So happy that we started GSN together and had the opportunity to do what we do.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. So next episode's going to be our last one here in the GSN studios, and it's going to be a little bittersweet. So make sure you stick around for that one. We're actually going to be filming that episode later today. So yeah, today's the last day inside the GSN studios, but make sure you go check out our last episode with Coach Foley in part 1 of the series, and then go check out our next one we're going to post with Mr. Doug Kirkpatrick, GSN legend, the GOAT. There's none greater than Doug when it comes to helping us out and getting us out of binds. And that's
technology,
for sure.
big time.
Yeah, that's right. So, folks, that about wraps it up for today. Thanks for being with us on part 2 of our special interview series. Stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next few Hudl episodes. We will see you folks all very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, and God bless.